What are y'all doing? I think I like better having this light facing the wall, even though it's not as bright, but it's backlighting, it's pushing the light that way. Grateful. And so it's not right in my eyes. I think I'm doing it wrong. That's why my eyes is all crazy right now. Hey y'all. Hola, hola. Everybody getting ready for Ishtar holiday, ain't y'all? Y'all cooking y'all food and stuff for the Ishtar holiday? Hey, Auntie. Who cooking their food for the Ishtar holiday? Hey. Y'all cooking y'all food for the Ishtar holiday, everybody? It's fire starters. Auntie, thank you. I didn't go pick up no packages or nothing. Hey. Hey. Miss Duncan, Miss Mitchell. Hey. Hola, hola. Who enjoyed class today? I'm just going to ask off the top. If you made it to class, did anybody enjoy class this morning? I think I went back and watched a little bit of it when I was tying myself up. I think I kind of see what y'all be feeling sometimes, because I really try not to go back and watch them because I don't want to be weird. But I went back and watched just that little part when we was talking about relationships and stuff. You missed both of them. It's okay. Girl, you ain't never missing it if we got, what's the name? I think I need to charge this. I ate and took my butt to sleep. Hello, I ain't got Haitian gang Pat. And everybody else over here. Hey, you was all in who business? Wait a minute. Yeah, my youngest got to listen today. You was all in her business. Tell her, Auntie love you, Pooh. Auntie love you, Pooh. Auntie love you. See? Thank you. I appreciate that. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, listen. Sometimes if our class takes a different path really quickly, be okay with it. Because you don't know who done walked in the room. Thank you so much. You don't know who done walked in the room where that person is at that God needed to speak just one sentence to. And then they leave and then we go right back. You hear me? That's why when people be like, can we get back to it? Stop. This is a multifaceted class. I know in church, they put blinders on you and you can only see what they tell you to see. But we do a lot here. We do a lot. And it ain't gonna look like what you used to. I promise it ain't. So just be cool. Thank you. Just be cool. Because guess what? This is the thing. Life is real and it's just not one Thank you, Pumpkin. Life is just not one facet. And if y'all realize what we do here, it's like a whole plate of food. It's not just, we just handing you your hamburger and that's it. You see what I'm saying? We gonna work on your whole everything. We that's what we do around here. Hey, everybody. Hey, Queen. Did I not put my... Yep, I did. I ain't seeing her. Hey, Naisha. Everybody, James. Hey, Detective. Hilarious. I just got some new stuff in today. I showed my cousin. She said, oh, Lord. I said, they gonna love this. They gonna... Listen, our little, what is it called? Drama budget. I puts it to use. I puts our drama between her model and a few others sending me props and stuff. Our little drama, we getting it together. We done got some new costumes and stuff. I'm excited about it. I haven't seen you in a minute. Saw this on FYP and didn't know you had a new page, so I don't. I mean, this has been here. Girl, my hand is killing me. My shoulder and everything. I was asleep too hard. I done put them blackout curtains in my room, honey, and listen, I be knocked and wake up. You know I'm 44 now, so my muscles, you got to sleep right or you wake up wrong. Y'all might not know nothing about that right now, but listen here, I done rubbed all queens, everything. I'm like, ooh. Hey. You thought it was a Marvel prop? I call it my Iron Man hand. You know that's the only what's the name game I got. You know I got Iron Man with my digital, what is it, virtual reality glasses. That's the only game I got I can use it with. And Doobie. That's why I gotta get my game back together. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Hardy. You don't even know. I told you, God will send you the things. Cause don't make me put some lights on it. Don't make me put no LEDs on it. I'm trying. Y'all already know how extra I am. Yeah, make it light up and everything. And then I get to be Cyclops because somebody then sent me the massager for my eyes. They too powerful. You can't look at them, so I got to put them on. Listen here, y'all, cause see y'all don't be wanting to have fun. Y'all want to be all grown and serious, throwing drinks in people's face and stuff, and I be trying to. I be on some other stuff. Let's color and get in the floor and build this castle or something. Like, I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be angry. I want to be irritated. I want to have some new experiences every day. Oh, excuse me. Try new food. Go new places. Those things. You know? Yeah. Really. Of course it is. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Rico. Cindy. Can I ask y'all a question? And I ask this question all the time. Y'all think it's weird that I told y'all before we really got good into this that there are people that try to force themselves in my life once they get a little, piece of me and all of that old stuff, and I ain't talking about physically. That they talk crazy and then they think that I'm like everybody else and that I'm gonna talk to them and I tell them no, I don't like the way you make me feel, so I don't want you around me, right? Do y'all think it's crazy that I told y'all that that would probably happen here? And do y'all see it happen? Y'all be seeing it, right? So I wasn't just talking crazy. Now y'all be. I hope y'all be. I hope y'all be seeing this. Is why I be like I be wanting to meet people in person, but people are crazy. They are crazy for real, for real. Like really, really not here. And that's why we talk a lot about the mind. We talk a lot about demon possession because it's a very real thing. Yeah, you're right. Is this a real circuit page? I'm on here, ain't I? Live it in the flesh. I mean, yeah, this is our backup page. We have a nonprofit. It's called Tap Not Place. So when we kept getting blocked because people couldn't understand the truths that were being thrown at them in 22 and 23, we had to create another source of information. And if they get us off of here, we got our live and our IG. So you just go to CERCA TROVA 22 and get all those spaces where you can find us. That's our website. We can even go live there. I just never do. I just never do. Hey, yeah, I was so worried when you had the meet and greet. I don't trust people. Oh, I wasn't worried. I brought grandma and my son. I had my grandma with me and my son. I wasn't worried at all. Not like that. Mm-mm. That's why I drove. Just in case crazy folks want to be in here. I took my son and my grandmother with me. And grandma don't go nowhere without Holly, Hallie, Holliford. She don't go nowhere without none of them. Those is our friends. So I wasn't worried. I am gonna have. We're supposed to be having one this month, but with this whole eclipse, I'm like, well, they trying to start Armageddon. So, and me and my son got the same who daddy, so he already know what to do with it. We got the exact same one. I bought mine and he bought his, so it wasn't like it was gonna be nothing he'd be new to. It's he already know what to do with it. And that's why he was right where I was at all times. Come on now. And was. No. We had a good time though. We kicked it. That was one of the best get togethers I've had in years. Y'all see what that do? Y'all see that? It was all the pressure points. So if you have bad wrist pain and stuff, you definitely need to get one of these. And they got all the different, I mean, it hit your wrist, it hit all the fingers, and y'all see them pressure points all the way in there. It's all the way up. You go all the way up my arm for that whole wrist. Look, it's looking like my jacket. My jacket and Maurice is matching. All them, yeah. Something got delivered, and I saw my babies, and they are so cute. Y'all saw our nephew. He is so cute. He is so cute, and his sisters get so big. Yes, but some did get delivered, but I didn't go today. I was asleep, girl, and I forgot it was Saturday. They closed early, and I didn't wake up till almost 5. They closed at 3, and I ate, and so I'm gonna lay here for about an hour. Then I get up and go. I didn't. I didn't get up and go anywhere. As a matter of fact, I laid down and I slept for about 4 hours. It's horrible. Mm-hmm. Got up and took me a bath and got my life together. So anyway, let's talk about it. Oh yeah, I was tired. And it's them dark, baby, them blackout curtains, honey. I do not like waking up when the sun is out. And baby, I don't know what it is about them curtains, but baby, they get my room all the way right. Oh, I'm excited too. I am. You know, I always be excited when you send stuff and when you make listen. Oh, I use your hair scrunchies because they don't hurt when I get in the tub, or if I don't want my hair to be real tight, I use them. I use them all the time. Yes, they on all the doors in the handles in my room. And yes, they all in there. Mhm. All of them. They're on all the doors in my room, like in my closet. So if I need a hair tie, I could just grab it and put them up. Hey, so look, tell me one thing you learned yesterday or today. Tell me one thing you learned yet, because we about to get on back to what we was on last night. It was good. We didn't get to finish. So we gonna wrap that on up because I keep not being able to get to where I want to go. So let's come on in. Get your book one. You're gonna need it. Get your book one. Cause listen here, this right here. Who had never really delved into the sibling oracles, and now you like, oh my God, I gotta read this. Anybody? Who had your OTP, but you maybe skipped over the sibling oracles unless we was in them? It's good, ain't it? And when you get to looking up names, then you'll understand why I got all of these books about mythology. And I'm like, what is this doing? And Bible maps. Now you're going to understand. If you take your time and look up every single word, like the sibling oracles, that's how I got to Hesiod's theogony. Remember when we were studying it? Look at y'all. Y'all are so cultured now. Who remembers studying Hesiod's theogony? Who remembers that? Do you guys remember that class? Y'all remember when we were studying Hesiod's theogony? Do y'all remember that? Yes. You remember? And then when you go in your Bible and you see the same names that was in your Bible is in Hesiod's theogony. I asked my kids if I was a good mom. What they say, Miss Lindsay? Anybody do the exercise and go to your person and ask if you a good wife, husband, or mother or father? You saw a video of me saying stocking up your food. Yes. I've been saying that for about really like 27, 8 years, but on internet probably about a good 2 over here, and then on other social medias I had for a long time. I try to tell people to get ready. Yeah, that's my job to prepare people. God is coming back. God is coming back. Famine is coming. When God called me as a watchman, I was like, I don't want to do that. Because you got people's lives in your hands when you've been called as a watchman. That's why I don't understand why these pastors be trying to play, baby. Because they going to come and take your goods away because they not coming to take nothing from me. See, do you not know the power of words? You think God let me prepare and let me get all these people prepared for nothing? Do you think my dad works like that? No. Is that all your faith can say? Is you already know they coming to take it away? They gonna take your shit. They not taking mine. My dad know how to put angels at my door and make them see nothing when they come here. That's the miracles I'm looking to see. And I already know he done already done it because he hid me from a whole man, and I know he was looking dead in my face. And he told everybody he didn't see me, and I was looking at him looking at me because he was going to try to take my life. Baby, I done seen the miracles. Mm-mm. Listen, sir or ma'am, maybe that was for you. Do you understand? Do you actually think that my dad had me get up here and teach over 900 classes? He said some of us is going to see him when he get here. That might not be you. Okay, well, you can listen. Sir, do you want to get blocked or what? Because if you want to keep speaking whatever, you're going to take one scripture and that's just it. You ain't read the rest of them. Put another one up that supports what you said in 2nd Ezra, because I got it right here. I get it. It also said that mothers is going to be eating their children, but guess what? He didn't tell me famine was coming for nothing way before this, just like he told me COVID was coming, and I prepped for that, and I was ready 3 years before it happened. So everybody ain't in the same boat, babe. That might be what he's saying to you, and maybe you don't want to prepare. Maybe that's just your excuse out. I don't know, but I'm not worried about it. That don't have nothing to do with me. Now, if you don't want to prep and you want to just live and go take the mark, then you do. Look, okay, so now you just want to be slow. Do you want to stay here? Because now I'm starting to think that you might be a little behind. Because you interrupted my class. You can't call me sis and you interrupted my class. Okay, God. Lord, I just don't be understanding sometimes. I don't want you to call me sister. I don't want to be your sister. I don't want to be your brother. If that is the only thing, you see? And that's why I said some people faith, they can't understand my faith. They can't understand. And really, I'm going to be honest with you. Men are intimidated by what I do here. Not all, but the ones that they've called themselves. Y'all see it on every social media site that I have. I just be wondering why y'all be so pressed. If you know so much, go teach it. I'm doing what God told me to do. And guess what? For the people that listened, and God, thank God they didn't listen to the people that were saying the same thing, oh boy, or whoever that was saying. Guess what? When they power went out last year, when they gas went out, when water was bad in their area, they was already prepared for it. I'm happy they not listening to people like that. Do you understand? How many people started buying stuff in 22 and then your state or your city was one of the places that didn't have something and you and your family didn't have to worry about it? Because guess what y'all had? Y'all had y'all emergency light bulbs. Y'all had y'all solar generators. Y'all had y'all ice machines that y'all could plug up and make ice and pour them into your freezer so you didn't have to lose your food. I don't care. You living in an all-electric apartment, but you can pull out your butane stove and bust a meal down for your babies. Boil some water so they can take a hot wash up. I don't care. They've already had to use the things. You're not listening. I'm not about to argue with you. I know what God calls me to do, and I know the people that benefit from it. All of that ain't even cracked off yet, and they done already benefited from listening to a real prophet. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not going to argue what I know. I'm not intimidated by what nobody know. I don't give a damn. But I can tell you that there are thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people around the world that's not going to have to be out here bad. And they ain't going to have to be out in that mess for however long. Y'all running these people up to be ready to take the mark. I don't want none of the WOIUers who stamp with nothing, nigga. Trying to tell you. The same way God hid all the babies and hid Moses and them. You think but he gonna just let us be out here bad? No, y'all hearts gonna be giving out with fear because ours ain't. We listening. God know how to put angels at the door and hide this whole area where I'm at. What is you talking about? But your faith ain't big like that. I get it. I understand. But don't bring your little faith over here. Please. Annoying. And you just keep one like I ain't read the scripture. I'm probably the one that put you on the second Ezra, sir. That's the crazy thing. This happens to me all the time too. You might have been one of the people that didn't even know about the book of Ezra before you came or saw one of my videos. Then you want to come and talk crazy to me. Shut up. Stop it. And that ain't popping no collar, but I just know what I know. Everybody talking about the giants. Everybody talking about the apocrypha. Everybody talking about it. And I'm not saying I'm the first. I'm telling you, I know I'm the one of the ones that on the map. Everybody was talking about crystals and how they was gods prior to CERCA TROVA getting on here. Going out and talking to the moon and the stars and They wasn't asking God, they was asking the psychics. And the damn rocks to save them. And I got my protection bracelet on and my energy bracelet on and my, what's the name? Chris, stop it. You still worshiping the creation more than the creator. Get out of my face. I don't care. People breaking down whole altars over here and you want to argue about some word. How about you learn first? You just keep typing one scripture. One. Give me another one. You keep typing, read it. I didn't read it now. And why is you over here interrupting my class? You supposed to be a sister or brother in Christ, and y'all Pharisees and Sadducees come in all flavors, cans, and everything else. I promise we see y'all. We see them. It's people. Let me ask you a question. Who here has already benefited from your survival stuff? God, big, and I said something wrong with folks and rocks. Show me the truth. And boom, he showed me you. Come on. But who didn't already have to use their emergency lights or whatever you bought out of your stuff? Just if you didn't already have to use your stuff, can you Miss Ida, Aisha, Queen, Tisha, I'm sorry, Miss Moore, Valerie, Bunny, Iris, Honeybee. Oh, okay. And everybody ain't even here because we ain't even on our normal page. Ashley, power went out. Y'all had lights. Oh, Miss Thurman, Miss Michelle, Tone. Come on, Kiva. Antoinette, Lindsay, Sonia. Troy. You hear me? It's hundreds of babies and older folks that didn't have to be in the dark because their kids went and bought these for them. Grandmas wouldn't have to stumble around and fall, baby. You don't know. They didn't have to wait to the end. God, as soon as they was obedient, he let them know how valuable their decision was right after that. So just think, if you listen to a person like that, of course you're not going to have nothing. You're not going to be ready. Oh, well, why did I go buy anything? Because you can take it anyway. But what about the time before that? A lot can happen in between then and now. And now, what is the government telling people? Because of the eclipse, you need to have 36 hours of water. You need to have this. You need to have that. You need to have enough food to survive the first 36 hours and all of this. Ain't that crazy? Listen. And will. This is the thing. God will bring you what you need. All you got to do is write the list and tell God thank you for it. I'm trying to tell you. When I was prepping for the pandemic and I didn't know that it was going to be the pandemic, y'all, it was $80 to $200 a week that I was making sitting at home because I was staying at home, taking my kids and stuff. And I only used the money that I bought, like that I had to buy the stuff. I didn't use any of my ex-husband's money or nothing. I had little. But God would make everything be on sale. I went to pawn shops. I prayed and I was on OfferUp. God started putting everything I needed my way for what I had in my pocket. Trying to tell you, but I had to rearrange my finances too. That's the thing. Some people, not saying you, but a lot of people didn't want to give up nothing. They wanted to still be able to eat and go out and do and keep their. You don't know how many people stop buying wigs, stop wearing, spending $700-800 at the hair store and the nail shop and all of this, and they took that money. You know what I'm saying? They start staying home, stop eating out. They did a whole bunch of different things, and start going to the food pantry. They stopped going. They stopped going. They started going to the food pantry, and yeah, I was already prepped for the pandemic. I was already ready. I didn't need nothing. I just showed a video here. There's a video on my CERCA TROVA page where I was saying what's gonna happen in 2020, where we can't go outside, where the food is gonna be scarce, people are gonna die, and this was in 2017 when I had it was like 3 years ahead of time, and then I said it again in July of 2019, and then 5 months later it was reality. And so that's why I'm telling people, look, listen, there's people here. They can go back to our classes. Didn't I tell you God always leave me with a witness? Well, in this, he's left me with several. In this, he's left me with several witnesses. Because there are people that have been here since I went, people on the internet found out who I was. And we talked about things. And then they've happened. And God would tell us to go get water filtration or whatever it was. And then it would be this big thing all over that the water is bad and this and that. And not just in one place, in several. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to believe that there are still people that God uses to get people ready, but they don't look like the average church person, so people don't listen. Hold on. Me, I've always had a hairstyle paying $600. I stopped that and used my money for survival. $600 a month is a lot of survival stuff. $600 a month is a lot. You could get to your goal very quickly with $600 a month. You hear me? Especially if it's not a lot of people in your house. It's people that start doing their own hair, doing their own nails, everything. Then y'all. A lot of people cut their budgets and everything. Trying to tell you. And do y'all see the value in it now? I said, I know, but give me a year or two. Y'all gonna be so happy y'all bought this stuff. Trying to tell you. You gonna be elated. Like, oh God, thank you. I know they said I was in a cult and stuff. Listen. And your babies have not had to suffer craziness because of it. I'm proud of every last one of y'all. That when I don't care if it was $50 a month that you put up and you start going to the food pantries or whatever. Your family ain't out here bad. Yeah. Listen, it's crazy. Real crazy. Yeah. It's been nuts. Real crazy. I be looking at my stuff like it's a new car, very excited. And do come on now. Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of, but you know what? Everything works out. Everything work out, especially if you have faith in God and ask Him to show you which way to go and what to do. It's always gonna work out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So y'all got y'all book one. People be crazy. They'll take one scripture and then God forbid you a pastor and you're telling people, oh, don't prepare, it's a waste of money. So that means as soon as this one world leader come out, the only way your people is gonna eat in that church is if they take the market, if they clear the grocery stores and say the only way you can get in there is if you have this global thing. You hear me? I don't want y'all to have to take it. So we make the sacrifice just like Joseph did prior to the event happening because God gave us the portent that these things were coming. Okay? He told us. And we prepared and we see why he told us. Because if they shoot those rockets or whatever into the eclipse and something happens where it knocks all of our phones out, the electrical systems go down or whatever it is, we don't know if it's going to cause an electromagnetic storm. We have no idea what's going to go on. But you know what? Whatever it is, we ain't out here bad. We ain't got to be trying to run out to no store and get nothing. We got some type of solar panel where we can charge a radio. We can hear what's going. We can hear. You hear me? We ain't gotta be out in the chaos trying to run in no grocery store and find nothing. We don't got to do none of that. We can sit in our crib and try to figure out what the next move is about to be. But anyway, y'all got y'all book one. Let's get this going. Crazy. Staring at them out the window, joyful motherhood. What you just said. And see, now y'all see why I used to be like, you gonna see. When everything start happening, when everything start going crazy, and everybody's rushing out to buy stuff. Is it not 2 and 3 times what it was 2 years ago when we was buying it at first? Y'all the ones be telling me this stuff is going up. Did we not talk about that? We talked about get it now. Why ain't nobody thinking about it? Why it's not all this crazy stuff on the news? Get it now, because it's cheap. But once that demand goes, they can skyrocket them prices. Or now that, stuff is in scarcity, now they can raise the prices on it too. Now that there's an actual threat of something, now they can charge whatever they want to. You hear me? Now the milking cows have avian flu. Ain't that the chicken flu? I thought that's the bird flu, ain't it? And that's a part of SARS too. That's the SARS disease as well. That's part of the SARS family too. I remember that because my brother had chickens. I just took these out of here. I might as well just leave them. Just leave it, circle. Beep, 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 beep. 45, 47. A beep, 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 beep. A 45, 47. The white around your lip. You what said? What is that? A milk. You said it's milk around my lip. Our baby's gonna have a milk mustache. The white around your lip. Our baby's gonna have a milk mustache, babe. They is. Before the bird flu came, didn't we? A bill. 45.7. Remember they said the eggs was, we had already bought eggs and powdered milk and stuff. We got goat milk and who ain't supposed to prepare? Who ain't supposed to have their stuff ready? We are. No. What? Look at that girl with the. So now the milk cows, like the chicken laying eggs, the egg laying chickens, it's an issue with them. Huh. So the prices of milk is about to go up. And they going to get rid of the cows if they can't make them well, like they got rid of the chickens because they had some kind of bird flu or something a couple of years ago. Famine, you say? No chickens? No chickens laying eggs? No cows? Because they was laid over in Kansas with their tongue out their mouth. And now the milk laying cows are sick. Ooh, doggy. I wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder. We gonna be ready. What you said? We don't care if y'all don't believe, cause our baby's gonna have a milk mustache, pumpkin. They can even have chocolate milk, cause we got cocoa powder, baby, and can. And we got dehydrated strawberries. So if we need to blend that up with some sugar, they can have some strawberry milk too. You said what? Come on. Come on. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You can be with the crowd or you can be on the road that's a little lonely, but you can be prepared with everything you need. It's up to you. If you do have to hide in your house, and if you are quarantined to your home, and there's no TV, there's no internet, the people of WOIU have portable DVD players and DVDs that they can recharge on their solar generators or their gas generators as long as there's gas. They have powdered milk, powdered butter, flour, yeast, oil, fire starters, small wood burning stoves, butane stoves. Good night. Okay? Do you hear me? See you later. Do you understand? We ready. And even if we ain't all the way prepared, we not out here bad. Coloring books to keep the children from freaking out, headphones from Five Below, so if something start going on and there's a lot going on outside, they can feel it, but they ain't gotta listen to it. Just got my wood for my fireplace. Come on. The warnings is coming forth. And this is why I believe in the Bible when it talks about the people that say they love Christ gonna take the mark and say, my babies and stuff. God was telling you. You don't have to be in that situation. He was telling you what was coming. I mean, you don't believe the word. Because just like with the widow and different people, he used what they already had in their hand and he stretched that. But if you ain't got nothing, God can make it just like that oil didn't run out when she was pouring it. He can make these milk powders never go out either. But you got to have some milk powder for him to bless and multiply. You got to have some stored meat for him to just keep putting it back in there. But you ain't got nothing. and expect him to do a miracle so you could just live and don't gotta buy and don't gotta do and don't gotta nothing. God can tell you to get up and move and just take all your survival stuff and whatever few clothes y'all got. You don't know what he gonna do, but you ain't got nothing to take. So he can multiply. And yes, he can make something out of nothing, but why you gonna make him work so hard? Just because you lazy? And you don't want to believe and you feel like you saying God gonna provide is gonna no, he provided you with the information that you need to stock up if you don't want to take the mark of the beast. Seeing as how he said you ain't gonna be able to buy or sell without a mark, and if you take that mark, you're going to hell. That was the provision. Y'all get that right. That was the provision that he told you what was coming before it came. That's him providing you with the information to be prepared. And then providing you with the finances once you ask to do what you need to do. We do our part and God will definitely do his and do. Now, let's get to this. Let's go. All right. We back to 349. No, we already did that. Actually, we was at the punishment of the wicked. But I'm going to go to this other page. Why am I right on it? We read this part before, too. Okay. I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. You need your book 1 and your notebook or whatever. I kind of want to, I got to find a different way to do this. Because, like, I be needing the light to see. I don't want it in my face because it's really messing with my eye. Y'all ready? Y'all got your stuff? Go get your notebook. Go get your coffee. Get your drink. Get your meds. Whatever you going to need. Get your ashtray. All your stuff. And come on. I know y'all. Mm-hmm. Get your queen rub if you got it. Get all your stuff. You said I'm already medicated. I get the. I didn't get my meds together before I got in here. I guess I need to go into the cabinet and I might need to take my meds. I'm gonna see how I feel first, and then we'll see how it go. Oh, hold on to. Oh, I forgot. Get your armor. I ain't told y'all what page yet, cause we about to go somewhere else. Mariah, just give me one moment. Give me one moment. I'll be right back. Get y'all stuff. Get your things. All right. Sorry, y'all. Ooh. Here we go. Are y'all ready? And that won't hurt my eyes. That's a little better. And it doesn't hurt my eyes so much. All right, let's see. I think that's a little better. All right, here we go. Let's bust it. So the first page that we're gonna go to, we're gonna flip around, is um um excuse me. We are gonna go to 532 at the bottom, the second vision. Y'all ready? We going to 532 at the bottom, the second vision. Is y'all books? My cousin said her books are getting curves in it. Is y'all books getting curves in them? They starting to look raggedy. Who OTP raggedy? Y'all gonna have to get y'all a new set already. They already raggedy. You got stains on them and everything. Yes, that's good. You made me happy when she said that. I said, come on in then. You want a new set? I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. Well, they only $48 right now. Yes, toe up. That's good. That means y'all be using them. Miss Shelly. 532 at the bottom. I love you. Got me an extra set on the bookshelf in plastic. And just in case. You said mine's still pretty. How? Well, then you ain't using it. You don't be highlighting and folding the pages and stuff. It should not be pretty. It should be ugly. It should look something like this. Because this is my first OTP. Y'all know it's real raggedy. You see it? This is my first one. It's got markings in it and questions and everything. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. It's toe back. Good job. We ordered the second set. I know y'all did. Highlighted all up. No, I never fold pages. Oh, you're one of those. You said your cover is missing? Listen, I'm trying to tell you. Sticky notes and highlights everywhere. Oh, yeah. Never knew you'd be a part of the nerd brigade. Mine has a lot of post-its. Listen. You made me so excited to hear that. Okay. I got more dog ears on most pages. Yep. That's how I be folding the court. My pages are yellow. I already know. I treat it like it's a library's book. You said, oh, okay, so I can't ruin it. No, that's your book, Vicky. You got to get in there. Get on in there. Yeah. No. Okay, come on, y'all. Let's go. Mine got sticky notes everywhere, bookmarkers, envelopes, paper, highlights, and markers with pens and do. I had to take my colors back on, highlighted notes everywhere. I love it. Oh, that make me happy. That make the dean proud, baby. My student body be on it. What you done said? Oh man. Is y'all gonna tell the truth if I ask this question? Who OTP is more marked up than a Bible? And you had that about 10 years or your whole life. Why do my allergies get to cutting up every time I come in here? Queen said me. Me. Hilarious. Hilarious, family. Hilarious. Use both daily. Good job. You supposed to, but I know how to. I'm waiting on my brother to call me. I'm waiting on him to call me and see what he got to say. He said, "Mine gonna work with me. My downloads on my 2 tablets and laptops. Come on, and do. All right, let's get moving then. OTP is caught up with the Bible. Come on now. I'm so proud of y'all. High five. High five. Because y'all be reading this stuff. Order the second set. I already know it. See, y'all probably thought I was trifling when y'all saw my books. I'm learning how to mark up a book without getting an attitude. Yes. 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 All right, here we go, y'all. Y'all ready? Yeah, mine go mostly everywhere with me. I told y'all was gonna take them everywhere. And was looking crazy at your book. I know, and now your book look just like it. I had company for supper and we ate on the couch. The table was full of books. I already know how it is. I didn't, but I was like, damn, that's beat up. I told y'all, listen. I said, this right here gonna get good to you. This right here gonna get real, real good to you. And mine hardback. They was hardbacks. But now they got the hardbacks on sale, $89 a piece. I gotta go blow my nose, y'all. I'm sorry. And I got some, I might need to change, it might be time to change this filter. That might be the deal. Let me see. Yep. I think it's time to change this. I'll change it later. I'll change it, but I think that's why. I'm like, my nose be itching. When I come in here, I be having to blow my nose every time. I think it's like I said, it's dust. I gotta get in here and dust. That's what it is, because I don't let that window be open. It is definitely allergy season. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get in here and dust, y'all. I know it's a lot of dust in here. And then y'all be sending me books from all over the country, so it ain't no telling. All right, let's bust it. We down here at the bottom. Come on. I never studied like this, even when I went to school. I like that. I like to hear that from y'all. Okay. We about to be all over the place, so get your stuff. Dang. It's a couple things I want to read. I know we can't get to all of it today, but all right. So 532, the second vision. Here we go. Book 1, page 532, down at the bottom. Let's bust it. It says, and after 7 days, the thoughts of my heart were very grievous to me again. Then my soul recovered the spirit of understanding, and I began once more to speak words in the presence of the Most High. And I said, O sovereign Lord, from every forest of the earth and from all its trees you have chosen one vine, and from all the lands of the world you have chosen for yourself one region. And from all the flowers of the world you have chosen for yourself one lily. And from all the depths of the sea you have filled for yourself one river. And from all the birds that you have been created, you have named one for yourself, one dove. And from all the flocks that have been fashioned, you have provided for yourself one sheep. And from all the multitude of people you have gotten for yourself one people. And and to this people whom you have loved, you have given the law which is approved by all. And now, O Lord, why have you given over the one to the many, and dishonored the one root beyond the others, and scattered your only one among the many? And those who opposed your promises have trodden down on those who believe your covenants. If you really hate your people, they should just be punished at your hands. He said, I thought you loved Israel and the Holy Land. He said, well, if you love them, why is you letting people beat on them like that? I don't understand. He said, out of all the people on the planet, you chose the people of Israel or the Hebrews. Out of all the places on the planet, you chose Jerusalem. Out of all the birds, you chose the dove. Out of all the flowers, you chose to be the lily of the valley. Why? He said, and then if you love them so much and pick them out of everything, why you keep letting all this crazy stuff happen to them? Crazy, right? Sometimes when you're considered special, you're going to go through things that other people don't go through. And it's going to seem like you're not special at all. It's going to look to others like you're actually not special. Okay? It's not going to feel like you special when you've been picked out by God, because men most times hate you. So you're going to go through things that you just don't feel like you special. I'm trying to tell you. You called me. Well, why does they life like this and mine is like this? He said, just wait. Just wait a little bit. You hear me? Okay. It says, when I had spoken these words, the angel who had come to me on a previous night was sent to me. And he said to me, listen to me, and I will instruct you. Pay attention to me, and I will tell you more. Speak on, my Lord, I said. And he said to me, are you greatly disturbed in mind over Israel? Or do you love him more than his maker does? No, my Lord, I said. But because of my grief, I have spoken. For every hour I suffer agonies of the heart, while I strive to understand the way of the Most High and to search out part of his judgment. And he said to me, you can't. Come again and say what? He said, I'm trying to understand. And the angel was like, you can't. Whoa. Whoa. What do you mean? Short and to the point. He was like, don't even try. You ain't gonna be able to understand. Don't put this above your pay grade, babe. He said you could not. Don't even try. It's pointless. Right to it. Didn't he, Vicky? He got right to it. Oh wow. Okay. He said, man, you cannot. That dang. And I said, why not, my Lord? Why then was I born? Or why did not my mother's womb become my grave? That I might not see the travail of Jacob and the exhaustion of the people. He said, well, then why you let me be born in? How many of us have asked God that question? How many of you have asked God, well, if you was going to let all this bad stuff happen to me, why you even let me be born? Ezra asked the same question. He said, you going to let me live in the hood and see all these, my homeboys dying and his mama out there on drugs and his daddy locked up. Why you even let me, why did you even bring me here? So even back then, they was asking that same questions. Had some why questions today. Girl, Ezra is your go-to for why questions, I promise you. Ezra asked so many questions, he remind me of myself. Well, so then why this then? Well, then tell me, I ain't telling you nothing. Well, then make me understand then, because if I gotta be okay with it, you need to help me understand something. Ezra did not care. He was Ezra did not care, baby. He was gonna ask why. Well, why? Well, why? Well, why? He was that white kid, honey. You said me all day. Trying to tell you. Oh, I did not want to lose that plane. Darn it. That. Okay, we're just gonna go where we're going. Here we go. All right. He said to me, count up for me those who have not yet come, and gather for me the scattered raindrops. Tell me that our daddy, we don't got a smart mouth. Ezra said, well, tell me. He said, well, tell me how many people is about to be born from now until the end of the world. Tell me. I'll wait. He said, since you want to be in God's business, count up, count all the people on the planet and tell me how many people is going to be born from now until the end. And then I might answer your question. What? You said, well said, I'll wait at the same time. Listen, I'll wait. Listen, come on now. Come on. Come on. Listen. He said, and gather for me the scattered raindrops. He said, so all the raindrops that fell, pick them up. Right. Never mind. I don't even want to know now. Please don't read ahead, family. I love y'all. Okay? He said, go out there and pick up all the raindrops that's falling. Gather the raindrops is a different kind of petty. You said it. You said it. Okay, so who still think God fluffy after these is the answers he used to give people? He said you worried about stuff that don't got nothing to do with you, but I know how many raindrops then fell. And I can recall every one of them. It's called evaporation. God recalls everything back to him. Even the water that dropped on the surface of the earth. Evaporation does what? Don't it put that water back in the air? And it's a whole cycle where it come down and it go back up in the form of a gas or something else. He can recall every raindrop to him. From liquid to gas. Do you hear me? You don't think about it like that sometimes, but that's what it is. Evaporation to condensation to precipitation. Come on. Who can do what? He said you ain't you worried about stuff that don't got nothing to do with you. He ain't no joke. He ain't Caleb. He ain't. So what he say after that? I'm here. Now that's crazy because my Google don't never work. Since I had this phone, my OK Google has not worked. Uh-uh. Don't nobody get. My daddy said I'm here. Don't worry about it. I'm right on in here. That's weird for her to say I'm here. Who here? Ain't got time. It's Saturday. I do not have time for this. And that's y'all nephew calling me. Hold on 1 second. That's crazy. Uh-uh. Maybe God wanted me to look at my phone because he sure just asked me was I asleep. What? What? Yes. Well, just send me his address. Yeah, and I'm literally in class right now in the book, so I don't know if you sent him to what's the name, so he can get in class. All right, I love you. Yeah, I love you. No, thank you for doing that, baby. Definitely send me the address. We'll get him some books. Okay, I love you. Bye. Mom, my friend has been studying, and I wanted to know if we can get him some books. And this baby's about 16 or 17. I told y'all we still be putting, listen, and that's all the way in Arizona. That's all the way in Arizona. A whole Spanish family. You hear me? Ooh, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. I keep trying to tell y'all we send out a lot of books to a lot of people in my personal life call me and say, sis or cousin or friend, can you go? You thought you was hearing things? No. Yes. I keep trying to tell you, listen, I'm working even when I ain't working. When I ain't on here, I still be working. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's God allow y'all to send money so that we can send books all over the country and all over the world. Do you understand? Y'all dollars and $2 and $3, they go a very, very long way and have for 2 years. Do you understand? There's people all over the world that have received books from the WOIU. These people, we have students in Australia. We have students everywhere of all nationalities, of all ages, of all religious backgrounds, non-religious backgrounds. We got listen. We what we do here, what God allows us to do. Okay, the fact that our young babies is able to go to school and teach their teachers about history and all sorts of things. Anyway, back to class. And they be worried about my dang crop tops and why I'm showing my shoulders. Do 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 do, roll it, roll it, roll it on the river. Do 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 do. Like nigga, y'all worried about the wrong stuff. We busting heads and saving souls over here. You hear me? And you worried about my shoulders. You want to rub some lotion on them? Is that it? Come on, girl. Queen, they tripping. They be worried about the wrong stuff. We trying to make sure people understand the word of God. Understand the things that they need to take off before they leave here. And you worried about, sis, you need to cover your head. You're not supposed to be teaching. Go away. Please and thank you. Leave. Quickly. Thank you. Folks getting put out of church. I told y'all was. Who remembers me telling y'all gonna get put out of church now if y'all go in there. Don't go in there messing with them people. And then y'all say, I'm gonna try it anyway. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask the pastor a question because it's burning in my spirit. And they burned your butt right on up out there synagogue of Satan. Moving on. Throwed you out. And all your children. And might have got rid of your mama too because she birthed you. Sister Jones got to go because she probably was putting that mess in her head. We ain't doing that over here. Listen, come on. Listen. We ain't got time for it. Now, come on. Here we go. So it says, and make the withered flowers bloom again for me. Petty. He said, take all the dead flowers and bring them back to life. Go outside. I'm going to make it start raining, and you catch every raindrop. And then tell me how many people is going to be born from now until the end of time. Since you think you need to know all of the business. Why do you got to talk to me like that, Dad? Listen here. You said this is good for the folks that call themselves God. Tell them. Now you see why when people come in here talking crazy, I have a lot of little gimmicks to say to them. I got some good one-liners, and I use these. Y'all done heard me say some of this. So we didn't do this since you got. Stop your heart and bring it back. Do it right now. Don't let it start for 10 minutes and then spark that bad baby back up. Oh, you can't? Oh, okay, that means you're not God. You're a God, but you can't stop yourself from getting pulled over. You would know that you was about to get pulled over and wouldn't be in jail if you was a God. You could have stopped it. Come on. All right, let's go. He said, open for me the closed chambers and bring forth for me the wind shut up in them. Or show me a picture of a voice. What is the condition where you can see sound? Somebody in our community has it. What's the condition where you can see sound and it comes off as colors? Somebody in our community has that. He is able to see your voice in colors. It's a disorder. What is it? Kanye has it too. Synesthesia, or however you say that. Who knew that they could see sound and they see it like orange and blue and yellow? They can see your voice. Disorders are superpowers. I say it all the time. Interesting. He says, show me a picture of a voice. It is LaShonda. Oh, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, Miss Ann. You would have to go study it. I don't know. I didn't watch all of that show. I only watched like two shows of it. He might have, Jazzy. Interesting though, right? Right? Yeah. Crazy. Okay, here we go. He said, and then I will explain to you the travail that you asked to understand. This nigga told him, go outside and get all the raindrops. Tell me how many people is going to be born from now into the end of the world. Show me a picture of a voice. Open the gates of winds that is closed. And then I tell you what you want to know. And y'all don't think our daddy petty. Y'all don't think he eat it? And bring the flowers back to life that already died. The ones that's been cut and thrown out and wilted completely. Bring them back. Then I'll talk to you about whatever you want to. Oh, what? I just asked why. He said exactly. It ain't none of your damn business. It's above your pay grade again. Do all of that, and then it ain't above your clearance. My response to God is, how can I do what you ask? Listen, sarcasm. Listen, passive aggressiveness. Listen. He said, do all that, and then I'll tell you. I can imagine. Hilarious. Hold on. Y'all know I gotta do it. Give me one moment. I said, give me one moment. Oh, God, thank you for my bigger house, Dad, or at least a basement. Because it just be a lot sometimes. I'll be about to get killed unalive trying to get stuff out this here closet because my family like to see me all kind of stuff. I don't know what to do that. Lord. The things these people have me doing, Jesus. Y'all already knew what was coming. Because you know it's nighttime when he done came to him. So, just give me one moment. Ezra sitting over there. He said, Ezra said, he said, well, Ezra, this is what I need to do. Since you want to know what's going on, he said, go catch them raindrops that's out there right now. Go on and tell me how many. No, go do the first one first and come back. You said he up in the sky like, but then tell me where the wind, which way the wind blowing. Is it coming from the east or the west? Tell me. You said you don't know. Really? So I feel like you asking questions that don't got nothing to do with you. You hear me? Michael probably like him. Turning around, doing flips while Ezra thinking about it. He flying through the night and stuff. Then turned upside down and floating backwards like waiting on Ezra to answer. Yeah. He said, you done figured it out yet? You got a number in your mind? Do you? You didn't came up with a solution or what? Oh God. I can see the angels just being irritated. Like it's gonna take him 9,652 years to figure this out. Right. Hilarious. Listen. You said this is so much. Listen here. We have a great time. I got so many costumes in here. Thank you, Hasmata and others. We ain't even brought out the new ones, and I just got something the other day, and the other piece will be here tomorrow. So we definitely got a few skits coming. You said the backstroke, right? He probably going through there like this. Like, come on, Ezra, answer the question. I can see, Lord, don't let me be no angel. Especially if I get to talk to crazy to people like this. And it's okay. Listen here. Yes, Monkey, thank you. And let's see, everybody, you know how y'all do. Here we go. Come on. So he says, dee, dee, dee. O sovereign Lord, I said, who is able to know these things except he whose dwelling is not with men? As for me, I'm without wisdom. Or how can I speak concerning the things which you have asked me? And he said to me, just as you cannot do one of the things that were mentioned, so you cannot discover my judgment or the goal of the love that I have promised to my people. He said, mind your business. This is God speaking through the angel to him. He said, just as you cannot do one of the things that were mentioned, so you cannot discover my judgment. So how you a God then? Human? Goddess? Mm, right there. Boy, stay in my lane. Stay in your lane. He said, you can't even do one of the things that I asked, so why is you worried about? He said, you could never understand my love for Israel. So what you need to do is mind your business. Do what I tell you. Shut your hole and know your role. Okay? Right. So he said, I said, yet behold, O Lord, you have charge over those who are alive at the end, us. But what will those do who were before us, or we, or those who come after us? He said to me, I shall liken my judgment to a circle. Just as for those who are last, there is no slowness, so for those who are first, there is no haste. Well, we know he said he sped up time in the end. He said so it evens out. Everything we have, yeah. Yeah. He said, but it's going to even out. He said, then I answered and said, could you have not created at one time those who have been, those who are, and those who will be, that you might show your judgment the sooner? Who has ever asked God, why you just didn't let everybody be born at the same time? Anybody ever asked that question? Ezra asked it too. He said, why you just didn't let everybody be born at the same time then so judgment could come faster? Looky. He replied to me and said, the creation cannot make more haste than the creator. Neither can the world hold at one time those who have been created in it. He said, so all the people that live, the earth couldn't hold all the people that live at one time. That's how you know it was a lot more people than what they said. Hmm. Hold on, y'all. Da, da, da. He said, and I said, how have you said to your servant that you will certainly give life at one time to your creation? If therefore all creatures will live at one time and the creation will sustain them, it might even now be able to support all of them present at one time. And he said to me, ask a woman's womb and say to it, if you bear 10 children, why one after another? Request it therefore to produce 10 at one time. He said if a woman have 10 kids, just tell her don't wait. Well, people was doing it now. But back then, he said, why space the kids out? He said, ask a woman's womb why she just don't have them all at one time. Smart mouth. Smart mouth. God said, ask a woman why she didn't have all, like me, I had 4 kids. Why she just didn't have them all at one time. He be talking crazy. Here go y'all Mother Earth story right here. It says, I said, of course it cannot, but only each in its own time. And he said to me, even so, I have given the womb of the earth to those who from time to time are sown in it. For as an infant does not bring forth, and a woman who has become old does not bring forth any longer, so have I organized the world which I created. He said, I don't let infants have babies for a reason. And when you get old, I don't let you. So that those people are just not, he said, it's a whole system how I got this together. One successive generation after another. Now there are some babies that absorb their twins, and they are born pregnant. It's a very rare occurrence, but there are some infants that have been born pregnant with their twin. Because if it's a girl, that baby implants in the uterus of the other girl. Your daughter was born like that? See? See? Right. Now we got octomoms and stuff like that, but back in the day, that wasn't a thing. My friend's daddy, he's 60 and have a 3-year-old. Mm-hmm. Oh, women, though. Women. He probably got a younger baby mama. Women stop menstruating after a certain time. Men can have babies till they die, even after they die, but women can't. Yeah. Okay. So, he said, then I inquired and said, since you have now given me the opportunity, let me speak before you. Is our mother Earth, of whom you have told, still young, or is she now approaching old age? So Ezra said, okay, so is Mother Earth old or young? Right? Ezra asked, is Mother Earth old or young? Because we all come out of the earth, the womb of the earth. We all made of dirt and we go back into her womb, which is our caskets and whatnot. Okay, we go under the crust, under the stomach of the earth, and it's round just like a belly. So there we go, right? Here we go. Or whatever. All right. Uh um where okay, he replied to me, asking a woman who bears children. Ask a woman who bears children, and she will tell you. Say to her, why are those whom you have born recently not like those whom you born before, but smaller in stature? And she herself will answer you, those born in the strength of youth are different from those born during the time of old age when the womb is failing. What do they call that now for us? It's a geriatric what? A geriatric pregnancy. I think the dude that I blocked from my TikTok is over here. I'm a hope and pray that that's not him, but I think it is. Yeah, cause he just posting scriptures. It's him. He got a different name on YouTube. Is this the guy that I blocked earlier, or is this someone else? Hold on. Do y'all not, when y'all come into classes, do y'all think about what we saying before y'all just start regurgitating scriptures? Do y'all listen? Or do you just, like, I remember I used to do that too. When I was a 66er or a religious person, I would just start spouting out scriptures real fast at people, but you know, it's like speaking Chinese. Or it's also like having Tourette's because you just putting stuff out there and it don't have nothing to do with nothing we talk about. So you look crazy even though you quoting scripture because you just posting scripture there, but it don't have nothing to do with what we talking about. You gotta stay on cue, stay on task, focus. Or then your testimony means nothing if we can't receive it. I don't know. I think that part skips most Christians' minds that if the people don't receive it, you just yell it in their ear. Okay, here we go. Back to what I was saying. I don't know. Some people it's just crazy. All right. What happens to a lot of babies that are born? What happens to a lot of babies that are born when a mom is older? What are some things that can happen in a geriatric pregnancy? Down syndrome, premature, they may have deformities. Maybe the babies are not as strong, maybe autism. Okay. Vicky, don't, girl, just let them be. Failure to thrive, chromosomal deformation, heart issues, autoimmune, cerebral palsy. Your son was born 3 months early at 2 pounds. Some babies are born old. In my case, mental health. Okay. Higher chances of having yeah. Okay, yeah, but we talking about defects. Yeah. Okay. So then what we just read in Ezra, right? It describes it. So then why do you think that um higher possibility of congenital defects? Yes, it's a real thing. Okay, so look, let's go back and read that then. It says, therefore, I'm sorry, and he's, and she herself will answer you. Those born in the strength of youth are different from those born during the time of old age when the womb is failing. Therefore, you also should consider that you and your contemporaries are smaller in stature than those who were before you. Who all knows that the earth was bigger back then? Not the earth, but everything on earth. Even the humans, the normal size human was bigger than we would. No, 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 not giants. No, just the regular humans. So maybe a woman was 6 feet tall, and maybe the men were 9 or 10 feet tall. So Moses and them was bigger than us. So that's why when the angels went into them, they made super massive people. Right, trees in nature too. Everything was bigger. Look at the buildings they built. Exactly. That's why they still can't figure out how to move. Um, girl, y'all, it's a ghost in here. You just, oh, I forgot. I can. You help me remember. I was gonna let him stay because I'm gonna let him stay. Y'all just ignoring. He the kid in the corner that keep making noise like so that everybody in the class will look back at him. because nobody pays attention to him and nobody really plays with him and stuff. And the only way that he can get the teacher to talk to him or anybody is to cause a problem. We've seen them before. You just let him stay. It's okay. He's in the corner. He's not bothering anyone but himself. Okay? You just let him stay over there. He sits back as long as he just keeps his hands to himself and stuff. He'll be fine back there. He'll calm down in a minute. Don't worry about it. His medicine will kick in just shortly. It will. Just don't pay any attention to him. He's back there yelling and screaming, having a fit. He'll be okay. Don't let him touch your patient. That's how you know ain't no God in him, because he coming to interrupt. So you just let him be over there, honey. Just let him be over there. You just let him keep making noise. You see, I ain't responding to nothing he didn't say, so he just typing and posting stuff for no reason. Poor baby. He a perfect example of a clown. Yeah, the class clown, literally. Does he have a helmet on? He might. No. We just gonna put him behind the principal's desk over here. He just needs to sit down and put his hands in his laps. It's okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's go. So, therefore, you should also consider that you and your contemporaries are smaller in stature than those who were before you. And those who come after you will be smaller than you, as born of creation, which already is aging and passing the strength of youth. When I said, "Oh Lord, I beseech you, if I have found favor in your sight, show your servant through whom you are going to visit your creation." And he said to me, at the beginning of the circle of the earth, all right, y'all, I'm gonna help y'all out just a little bit. There. Now he can type his heart out and we won't see it. Is that better? That better, y'all? I just hit him, so he gonna be typing and we ain't gonna see nothing like a ghost. I told you. You just gotta ignore him for a little bit. They go away eventually. They go bother somebody else. Resist the devil, he'll flee. All right. Here we go. Before the portals of the world were in place. Before the portals of the world were in place. Y'all see that? That's what it say. Portals. So God created the portals before he be. Okay. And before the assembled winds blew, and before the rumblings of the thunder sounded, and before the flashing of the lightning shone, and before the foundations of paradise were laid, and before the beautiful flowers were seen, and before the powers of movement were established, before the innumerable host of angels were gathered together, and before the heights of the air were lifted up, and before the measures of the firmaments were even named, and before the footstool of Zion was established, and before the present years were reckoned, and before the imaginations of those who now sin were estranged, and before those who stored up treasures of faith were sealed, then I planned these things, and they were made through me, and not through another, just as the end shall come through me, and not through another. He said, I always been here and I always will be. He said, before anybody even knew how to move their fingers, before I created mussels and flowers and the rain, sea, or snow, I started this, and guess who gonna end it? Me. What? Who a God? He said before anything ever was, I was. And it's going to end with me. Ain't nobody else ending my world, my movie, but the director and producer. And he's both. Why folks be talking about their gods and what they created? You ain't created nothing but some lies, baby. Sit down. Anyway, I told y'all. And I answered and said, what will be the dividing of times, or when will be the end of the first age and the beginning of the age that follows? And he said to me, from Abraham to Isaac, because from him were born Jacob and Esau. For Jacob's hand held Esau's heel from the beginning. For Esau is the end of this age, and Jacob is the beginning of the age that follows. For the beginning of man is on his hand, and the end of man is on his heel. The end of man is his heel. Between the heel and the hand, seek for nothing else, Ezra. That's funny because little babies, before they be getting all the other stuff, they do be having them little nubby hand things and them little nubby feet things. You might not see all the other stuff, but them hands and feet be there, don't they? They be like waving at you like this, and they look like it's not a little hand. Look at that, and then the little feet be down there looking like you seen them. Aww, cool. Ah, pretty cool. So he said, I answered and said, O sovereign Lord, if I have found favor in your sight, show your servant the end of your signs which you have showed me in part on the previous night. Excuse me. And he answered and said to me, rise to your feet, and you will hear a full resounding voice. And if the place where you are standing is greatly shaken while the voice is speaking, do not be terrified, because the word comes because the word concerns the end, and the foundations of the earth will understand that the speech concerns them. They will tremble and be shaken, for they know that their end must be changed. When I heard this, I rose to my feet and listened, and behold, a voice was speaking. And its sound was like the sound of many waters. And it said, behold, the days are coming, and it shall be when I draw near to visit the inhabitants of the earth, and when I require from the doers of iniquity the penalty of their iniquity, and when the humiliation of Zion is complete, and when the seal is placed upon the age which is about to pass away, then I will show these signs. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and all shall see it together. Infants of a year old shall speak with their voices, and women with child shall give birth to premature children at 3 or 4 months, and these shall live and dance. Sown places shall suddenly unappear sown. Full storehouses shall suddenly be found to be empty. And the trumpet shall sound aloud, and when all hear it, they shall be suddenly terrified. At that time, friends shall make war on friends like enemies, and the earth and those who inhabit it shall be terrified. And the springs of the fountain shall stand still, so that for 3 hours they shall not flow. Mm. It shall be that whoever remains after all that I have foretold you shall be saved and see my salvation at the end of my world. And they shall see the men who are taken up, who from their birth have not tasted death. Who is that? Who is that? Enoch, and who else? Elisha. You want some pinto beans, Elijah? No, 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 not Abraham, Elijah and Enoch. The two witnesses. Right. Oh, so at the end, we going to see them taken up because they finally getting ready to die. Because the Antichrist is going to kill them. He's going to unalive them. Crazy, right? All right. Uh-uh-uh. It says, and the heart of the earth's inhabitants shall be changed and converted to a different spirit. For evil shall be blotted out, and deceit shall be quenched. Faithfulness shall flourish, and corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which has so long been without fruit, shall be revealed. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. It's one other page I wanted to all to. All right. Now, we read this page, and we're not going to read all of it. Go to page 537 for me. Yep. 537, and we're just going to read a little bit at the bottom. And we're going to skip through some of this, what we're reading right now. Actually, yeah. Y'all ready? We down at I'm sorry, 536 at the bottom. Okay. All right. All right. It says, and when I had finished speaking these words, the angel who had been sent to me on the former nights was sent to me again. And he said, rise, Ezra, and listen to the words that I come to speak to you. And I said, speak, my Lord. And he said to me, there is a sea set in a wide expanse, so that it is broad and vast. But it has an entrance set in a narrow place, set so that it is like a river. Hold on, because why I move this light to this side and I need it over here. Good. All right, here we go. But it has an entrance set in a narrow place, so that it is like a river. If anyone then wishes to reach the sea, to look at it, or to navigate it, how can he come to the broad part unless he pass through the narrow part? Another example, there is a city built and set on a plain, and it is full of good things, but the entrance is to it is narrow and set in a precipitous place, so that there is fire on the right hand and deep water on the left. And there is only one path lying between them, that is, between the fire and the water, so that only one man can walk upon that path. If now that city is given to a man for an inheritance, how will the heir receive his inheritance unless he passes through the danger set before him? And I said, he cannot, Lord. And he said to me, so also is Israel's portion. For I made the world for their sake. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, what had been made was judged. And so the entrances of this world were made narrow and sorrowful and toilsome. What's the entrance of this world? How do you enter into this world? The womb, but it's called the what? It's a name for it. The birth canal. So the entrance into the big wide world, and I hate to say it, when the seed is going in, it's a small space. But once that sperm get up in there, it's a whole area he can swim around in. So it's the exact same on the reverse. Ain't that crazy? The birth canal is small going in, and it's small when the baby is coming. Well, not everybody's is small. It's supposed to be. Some people got a wide canal. Maybe he was born with it. I don't know. I'm not. It's supposed to be a, but never mind. Okay, just leave the circle. It ain't none of your business. Just keep it going. Just keep it moving. Never mind. We'll just move on. Okay. So yeah. And so the entrances of this world were made narrow. Some of them was made wide. And sorrowful and toilsome. You mean the people with the narrow entries and give you all the headache? I heard that before. Girls with the good, it's crazy. Toilsome. Huh? Y'all heard that before? Never mind. The craziest girls always got the good swimming pools, they said. Oh, it's fire and water. Steamy up in here. Okay, moving along. So it says, excuse me. All right. It says they are few and evil, full of dangers and involved in great hardships. You ain't lying. But the entrances of the greater world are broad and safe. Mm. And really yield the fruit of immortality. Therefore, unless the living pass through the difficult and vain experiences, they can never receive those things that have been reserved for them. Did y'all hear that? Y'all heard that? I'm gonna read it again. It says, therefore, it said, but the entrances of the greater world are broad and safe, and really yield the fruits of immortality. Therefore, unless the living pass through the difficult and vain experiences, they can never receive those things that have been reserved for them. But why now are you disturbed, seeing that you are to perish? He said, why are you sad that you're going to die? Well, Mr. Ernest, sir, seeing as how you was made an immortal being, I guess you don't understand that quite yet because you ain't never going to die. He said, why you sad that you got to die? Damn. I mean, it's a thing. I don't know when to leave my family and stuff. Hold on. Crazy. He said, and why are you moved seeing that you are mortal? And why have you not considered in your mind what is to come rather than what is now present? And then I answered and said, O sovereign Lord, behold, you have ordained in your law that the righteous shall inherit these things, but that the ungodly shall perish. The righteous, therefore, can endure difficult circumstances while hoping for easy ones. But those who have done wickedly suffer the difficult circumstances and will not see the easier ones. And he said to me, you are not a better judge than God or wiser than the Most High. Let many perish who are now living, rather than the law of God which is set before them be disregarded. Oh, wow. Did you hear what? He said, let them die, other than my word be disrespected. Huh? Or y'all be talking about God is fluffy. He said, let them die. My word ain't going to be transgressed. I don't really care. Fluffy where? He was like, hmm? He said, let them be. Oh, you said, man, he did not give one F and don't. And don't. Ooh. He said, you are not a better judge than God or wiser than the Most High. Let many perish who are now living, rather than that the law of God, which is set before them, be disregarded. Mm. For God strictly commanded those who came into the world when they came what they should do to live and what they should do to observe, what they should observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient and spoke against him. They devised for themselves vain thoughts and proposed to themselves wicked frauds. They even declared that the Most High does not exist, and they ignored his ways. They scorned his law and denied his covenants, and they have been unfaithful to his statutes and have not performed his works. Everybody saying it ain't no God, there go your answer. He said, oh, I knew y'all was going to say that. Don't worry, I got something for you. You created yourself. You willed yourself to come to earth, really. Sure you did. When he said, I chose you before you was even formed in your mother's womb, and you have the nerve to say you chose to come to earth, really? Okay, well, fine. Oh, you did? Good, good, you. Oh, that's why when people be talking, I just be sitting there like that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. Listen, folks just be talking crazy because they don't got this stuff right here. No, he ain't. He sure ain't. He said they devised for themselves vain thoughts, proposed to themselves wicked frauds, and they even declared that the Most High does not exist. And they ignored his ways. Mm. Therefore, Ezra, empty things are for the empty, and full things is for the fool. He said empty things is for the empty, and full things is for the fool. You said that's how my husband was looking when I was sleeping in the witchcraft. Come on. Here we go. For behold, the time will come when the signs which I foretold you will come to pass. The city which now is not seen shall appear, and the land which is now hidden shall be disclosed. And everyone who has been delivered from the evils that I have foretold shall see my wonders. For my son, the Messiah, shall be revealed with those who are with him, and those who remain shall rejoice 400 years. And after these years, my son, the Messiah, shall die, and all who draw human breath, and the world shall be turned back to primeval silence for 7 days, as it was at the first beginning, so that no one shall be left. And after 7 days, the world, which is not yet awake, shall be aroused. Y'all know that's 7 of God days, not of our days. 7,000 years. So in between the new earth and the new heaven, it's going to be 7,000 years. I wonder if those 7,000 years is how long it's going to take to judge all the people that have lived. From Adam until the last person born. Because we read in several places that he going to take some time. And then hell is going to reveal itself. Now, I don't know for sure. Hmm. So God said the world that we can't see, the one that the CERN them trying to get to, he said, don't worry about it. I'm going to unveil it. It's hidden right now. I got it hidden from your eyes. And that's why they trying to find it. That's why they trying to go into other dimensions. But God said he going to open it up and you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see heaven then. You ain't going to have to be looking for it because he said, I got it hid from you right now. But I'm going to go on and bust it open and y'all be able to see it. You ain't going to have to be looking for it. It's going to be right in your face. Oh, okay. It says corrupt. Wait a minute. All right, last sentence. It says, which is not yet awake shall be roused, and that which is corruptible shall perish. What does corruptible mean? What's the definition from corruptible? What's the definition of corruptible and incorruptible? It's a certain word I'm looking for. Able to be led astray. Right. Subject to decay. Subject to decay. Corruptible is it's going to decay. Capable of corruption. It's going to decay. So these bodies, once our spirit leaves, they decay. Once flowers are cut from this vine or whatever, they decay. If a tree is cut down, it starts to decay. Our cars are left and water get in them or whatever, and they start to rust. This is the corruptible world, which means every single thing here can be ruined. But where we going, that body cannot be corrupted. It don't die. It ain't going to get old. It's not going to mold or anything. Okay? And incorruptible means not subject to the death. Okay. Ooh, see, that could be good if you're going to paradise. But you would want your body to give out if you're not going there. Right, pretty much, auntie. 7,000, not just 7,000. Yeah. 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 You hear me? Crazy, right? Mm-mm-mm. It says, and the earth shall give up those who are asleep in it. What does that mean? When God says the earth shall give up those who are asleep in it, what does it mean? The souls, the people that have died and been buried. Ooh wee, the dead as a risen. Right. It says, and the chamber shall give up the souls which have been committed to them, and the Most High shall be revealed upon the judgment seat, and compassion shall pass away. What's the definition for compassion? As soon as the resurrection happened, there ain't no more compassion. What's the definition for compassion, family, please? Care, love, empathy, to feel for, sympathetic pity and concern for the suffering or misfortunes of others. God said, I'm not pity going out the window, baby. I'm not concerned about you crying. I'm not concerned. It ain't gonna move me at all. He ain't having no mercy. He don't care anymore about your excuses. Instantly, as soon as he snatched us up, the loving, caring God is gonna be gone, and he gonna be a judge. Let's keep going. And folks think he fluffy. I said, come on. I said, get on over here and sit down. Ooh, right, crying a river, and he said, suck it up. You wasn't worried about it when you was big enough and bad enough to do what you was gonna do. Talking about ain't no God. Well, here I am. I'm still alive. Ooh, here we go. Crazy. And compassion shall pass away, and patience shall be withdrawn. Patience, God got patience with us now. Patience will be withdrawn. Compassion is going away. Ain't no pity. Ain't no, oh God, please, he ain't gonna care. This judgment day. While folks be talking about what they know, I said, I don't know if he let me in or not. I pray he does. He said, I'm done. And did. No more grace, no more mercy. You said the time for repentance is almost over. I've heard this so many times this week. Yeah, here we go. It said, but judgment alone shall remain. Truth shall stand and faithfulness shall grow strong. And recompense shall follow. Can you tell me what the definition of recompense is? Can you tell me the definition of recompense? To pay back. Repayment. Oh, Jesus. I done read some of these stories. He said it's going to be angels with whips, and they're going to be on fire. And some of them are going to have spikes at the bottom of them. The whooping of your life is coming. Because you didn't listen. And you did whatever you wanted to do. Fiery whips. Crazy monsters. I told you not to do what I told you not to do. I ain't got no more with me. No, it's time right now. Shut up. Be quiet. And the more you holler, literally, the more licks you gonna get. We read it. Y'all read it. He said the more they scream and grit their teeth and yell, it's going to be even more pain. And there's no pain shut off. There's no shock in this incorruptible body. There's no pain cut off. Because there's no more mercy and no more grace. Did you know that going into shock when you feel pain is God's grace and mercy? So that you don't lose your mind for the pain that you feel. But guess what? When you leave this body, that goes away. You're going to feel all of it. Ain't no pain tolerance. Ain't no shock. Ain't none of that when you go to the incorruptible body. That is grace and mercy for here. And the more you scream, the more they gonna do. Y'all ready? Right. Ain't no compassion. There's no more pity. And it's repayment. Still wanna play? Okay, let's go. I think I messed up my door. Putting lashes on it. 144,000. Did you come back over here? You was just over here. You didn't went and got a new. You know that's just the number of the leaders, right? Because y'all got more than 144,000 elders in the Jewish in the Jehovah Witness community all around the world. It's millions of y'all, millions of elders. This I know because I know people that's in the Jehovah Witness clan. And that's just the number of the leaders. And you need to study a little deeper, guy. Ooh, moving on. Oh, man. Here we go. Moving on. All right. It says, and patience shall be withdrawn, but judgment alone shall remain. Truth shall stand, and faithfulness shall go strong. And recompense shall follow, and the reward shall be manifested. Righteous deeds shall awake, and unrighteous deeds shall not sleep. You heard that? Unrighteous deeds shall not sleep. Let me tell you what that equates to. You know, when a prisoner has been taken and they have sleep deprivation and they just keep them alive until the person goes crazy, there'll be no rest in hell. Think about how you get when if you go 3 days, you've been up there and realize you might only got 4 hours of sleep. How delirious you be, and all of this, and on top of that, you getting beat and crushed and swallowed by a monster and thrown up, and then you don't never get no sleep. It say it's gonna be rest in paradise, and you gotta hear other people screaming like metal music, heavy metal music all day, and all of that, and it's just noise, 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 noise. Could you imagine? Utter chaos. Don't forget that it's gonna be what's that TiVo in front of your face. You know how now they be pulling up the screens and you can see through it, right? And you can see the detectives pulling it up and pulling up the maps and moving them. Well, it's gonna be something like that there, and you're gonna be shown every time that you had a give and you didn't, because it's gonna be torture of the mind and torment of the mind and torture of the body. So every time you didn't forgive, every time you told a lie, every time that you didn't get it right, that is going to be what your TiVo you going to see as to why you here. While being beaten and sleep deprived and all of that. Everything that you said you was taken to your grave with you, you stand up with it. And if it got anything to do with unforgiveness, bitterness, or any of that, you'll be reminded of it, because that'll be why you don't get to sleep. That'll be why you didn't get it off your mind before you left here, and it ain't never going to leave your mind in eternity. And when you've been in hell for 10 days, it's been 10,000 years. And you got eternity to go. When you've been there 50 days, it's been 50,000 years in human time. And you only been in jail 50 days. At this time, there is no more love, honey. Did you not just hear compassion? You got to read and listen. Do you have these books? Because if not, you might just want to stop typing stuff, because you're going to be sounding like you got to rest in here in a minute. Do you even know what we're reading? Or y'all just be saying stuff? Moving on. I hope y'all still here. Let's go. Here we go again. Uh, Listen. Too much to wrap my mind around. Well, let's get the rest of it then for you. Don't go now. Here we go. It says, then the pit of torment shall appear. The pit of torment shall appear. And opposite shall be the place of rest. And the furnace of hell shall be disclosed, and opposite the paradise of delights. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear it? Crazy. Let's do it again. It says, then the pit of torment shall appear, and opposite shall be the place of rest. And the furnace of hell shall be disclosed, and opposite the paradise of delights. You hear me? Then the Most High will say to the nations that have been raised from the dead, look now and understand whom you have denied, whom you have not served, whose commandments you have despised. And look on this side and on that. Here are delight and rest, and there are fire and torments. Thus he will speak to them on the judgment day, on the day of judgment, a day that has no sun or moon or stars or cloud or thunder or lightning or wind or water or air or darkness or evening or morning or summer or spring or heat or winter or frost or cold or hail or dew or noon or night or dawn or shining or brightness or light, but only the splendor of the glory of the Most High, by which all shall see what has been determined for them. For it will last for about a week of years, 7,000 years. This is my judgment. It is and its prescribed order. And to you alone have I shown these things. Remember, I told y'all the people in paradise ain't gonna be able to see the people in hell, but the people in hell will be able to see the people in paradise. That's part of the torment. You're gonna see them eating heavenly fruit and chilling and talking and walking in the cool of the day. But it's like when you trapped in a room and you can see everybody looking and it's all this going on in here and it's loud and crazy, but out there it's and people just living and you in a hell and you can't get out. You hear me? Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? People in hell ain't gonna be able to see. I mean, people in heaven or paradise, they not gonna be able to see the people that's in torment, but the people in torment gonna be able to see them. How do you save yourselves and others? Well, you can't save you. God saves you, but by reading and understanding what it is that He don't want you doing. Following in line with what He wants you to do. Asking Him every day to show you yourself the things He's not pleased with so that you can get that stuff out before you leave here. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about it? Interesting, right? While everybody talk about their gods and they this and they that. Listen. Oh, tell her I say hi. Tell her I say hi. Yeah. And people don't be wanting to know. I be like, yeah, you serve a fluffy God, don't you? See, I don't serve that God. I don't serve the God of delusion. Because my daddy gave it to you straight because he wants you to be right. Could y'all imagine? Pastors don't want to teach this because they know people ain't coming back. I don't care. I mean, I want you to come back, but if you don't, I'm still going to tell you what God says because I want you to be okay. I want y'all to be okay. I want y'all kids to be okay. I want y'all husbands and wives and children and grandchildren to be okay and to understand that God is not playing. And he was like, well, I gave everybody my commandments. I'm not about to keep repeating myself. Actually, I put it out there. That's it. That's all. Do what you will. Just understand that when I come back, it's going to be what it's going to be. You hear me? I'll be right back. A one-way mirror. You said it. That's an exact example. A one-way mirror. Yes, that's exactly it. A one-way mirror. They gonna be able to see, but they ain't. They gonna be able to hear, but they ain't. And you want to play with God and keep talking crazy about you with God and stuff when God says, "Well, I know what happened to them." Crazy. Mm-mm. He said, "I'm laughing. I'm the laughing stock of my family because I believe what the word says. They think I'm crazy. Yeah, that's the problem. I know. Mama thought I was crazy too until I started busting their head. And now that what's the pastor's name? What's his name? That be went against T.D. Jakes. What's his name? I can't think of it. The pastor that was talking about T.D. Jakes and T.D. Jakes was trying to silence him or whatever. Geno Jennings, whatever his Geno Jenkins. Yeah. So like my mama, I've been telling her about the lost books for a good 10 years. She wasn't fooling with it. Wasn't gonna read it. Wasn't gonna look at it. She didn't want to hear nothing about it. I have a problem. She said I have a problem reading when I'm, blah blah blah. So boom, Geno Jenkins or whatever his name is said something about it, and now she's like, I need them books you've been reading. The lost books of the Bible that y'all said I was in a reprobate mind for reading. Geno Jenkins said in this law. I've been telling you, you could have been in and teaching in your classes. Your dad does that to you all the time. It's a real thing. Familiarity, when people think they know you, they can't hear you. Whoa, what you just said, a prophet is not accepted in their own town, in their own city, in their own family. Yes, I know. They didn't accept Jesus. I'll be right back, y'all. Hold on. right, y'all. How many hours we been on here? Almost 2. Oh, actually over 2. We almost been on here 3 hours. I'm about to go. We in book 1, baby, and we was reading between 537 and 532 and 537. 530, 538. Yeah, I love y'all. Even though our class got off to a rocky start because it was weirdos in here. It's to be expected, though, right? I love y'all too. Oh, what time is it? Oh, yeah, it's 9 o'clock. Oh, look at y'all niece. Where is you at, girl? Look at y'all niece. She done went out somewhere. Yeah, I see her. What about the supergrapher? You are welcome. I know. Where's she going with this little? Hmm. It must be her friend birthday party or something. Y'all see her? Oh no, she be putting her little stuff on, all them damn tattoos on her arm. You look good, little baby. They probably at an Airbnb. Thank you. What her little grown self does? She'll be 21 this year. That's so crazy. She done got chunky too. She getting her grown lady body. I said, whoa, slow down. Yeah. So who learned something today? I'm gonna start asking y'all that every day. I know I normally do, but who learned something? What are you talking about? What the? Sometimes I think geez, people just say stuff to be wanting a response. Good job. Good job. Y'all welcome. I be wanting to hit y'all in the head like he be busting me a man. So so just imagine, y'all all get to learn this together. I was learning it by myself, and nobody believes anything that I was reading. None of my pastor friends, none of my bishop friends, none of my minister friends, nobody. You hear me? So the fact that y'all get to learn and speak to each other and talk about it together, I had to hold all of this for like 7 years by myself. Nobody, I didn't really have nobody to talk to about it because none of my, like, I got friends as bishops and pastors. I told y'all, one of my friends, he had a mega church, a small mega church. He had got in with the folks and then he quickly got on out. They was going, he was fast tracking up to be one of them TV evangelists. You hear me? And he still wouldn't take me. He was like, nah, sis. That's why I told you he got me with his little mentor. And the mentor told him, he said, nah, brother, she ain't crazy. Actually, all the stuff that she's studying, they don't introduce it at seminary until you're at the PhD level. Your doctorate level of seminary is when they start to introduce those books. So, actually, I said, you said PhD. You said I got a doctorate in biblical and history studies, sir, that God gave to me, not no man. And this was like 2017. So in 3 years, it'd have been 10 years. It'd have been 10 years since I had that conversation with my friend and his mentor, who is over 2 of the largest Christian colleges. Well, he was then in America. He said, no, brother, the stuff that she's learning and studying, he said they don't introduce it until PhD level seminary. And my friend got real, real quiet. And then he didn't talk to me for a long time because he was embarrassed. Listen, this is the thing. I'm not in competition with nobody. I only want to teach. You hear me? You hear me? You have to learn what's the lie and then the truth. Come on. So, and then they was mad because they was like, "You need a pastor. You need a pastor." I said, "They said who's governing you?" I said, "The same person that governed Moses and Abraham." Because the pastors was telling me, "Don't read this." The pastors was telling me, "I don't need. I'm seeking in the wrong places." And God kept bringing me back to it over and over and over again. So the same person that was telling Moses and Abraham to do stuff is telling me, thanks. Because had I listened to them, we don't read that good. Y'all don't. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. And now they be like, "Hey, sis, wait a minute. Well, can you tell me where the story that you said you know, the story you told me not to believe, the story you told me if they wanted it in there, who is they?" And every time they say that to me, I say, "Who is they?" When God says he got mysteries and everything that Jesus and the disciples did couldn't even be written down in a book. He would not tell you to seek. If it was all right in front of you, you don't got to look. If it's right in front of you, you know exactly where it is. Seek means you got to go somewhere else and find it. That's why I says that the books are open under the, come on, come on. If you want to find it, you will. He said to those that seek me, they're going to find me. And they're going to find a whole plethora of information. But those that's okay with what they only got in front of them, I'm going to leave them right there. I ain't messing with them. I ain't going to force them to go deeper and come up higher. That's on you. How high you go in God is on you. How much you find out and how deep you go in God, it's what you want. Well, don't be mad at me because I don't even do water, but deep diving in the word, let's go. I want to hear the crazy of the craziest of it all. Because if God is such a big God, why is this off limits that this could be real? The stories in the Bible are not even finished. They don't tell you the whole life. It just gives you that one occurrence of what happened. Maybe two or three in a person's life, and then it's on to another story. So you mean these people was living 700 years and there's nothing else about them? They all had a scribe, but there's nothing else about them. All these people that he put in the Bible, and they lived 700 years, and they just had this one occurrence, and that was it. The rest of their life was right, right. Adam and Eve lived for 930 years. They were the first people, and you don't think it's nothing else about them, but they had kids and they messed up. Did you even go look up what their daughter's names is? Because you can find them. So as you can see, when you get there, you can say, "Oh, my pastor didn't tell me." He said, "But I put it right in your face. You didn't ever think to look what was the daughters of Adam and Eve. You didn't think when it gave these names to go look up on the internet and see, and it would have took you to the other lost books, so you would have not been spreading lies across my pulpit. Like the first miracle that Jesus did was turning water to wine, and the first miracle that he did was healing the midwife's hand when he was born. Or if you would have read Jasher, you would have known that the angel came down and gave the men a stroke as to how they won that battle. But you saying they fought into the end, lying across the pulpit because you won't go. And he said the pastors have refused to learn. Literally. He said, so I refuse to let them be pastors for me. They pastoring, but not for me. They preach, but not for me. He said, I did not call him. And who is the main person telling y'all not to read the lost books? The pastors, the ministers, the bishops. Don't read that. Don't read that. We don't read that. No, you don't want to learn it. And Hosea 4 proves that. Because even if you're learning to disprove it, you have to read it. Where's the wisdom in that? Not reading it at all. You said, woe to the shepherds, that part. And that's why God said the harvest is ready, but the laborers are few. These pastors ain't trying to get out and get no word. And I ain't saying all of them they do, but most of them, and they not going to go against what their organization say, even if God is telling them to. They not going to go against their bishop if God tell them to stand up against their bishop and say, no, this ain't word. They're not going to do that. I don't have a problem with it. And so I used to get kicked out of church. This ain't in the Bible. Yes, it is, sister. You're not going to cause no problems. Show me. And that's why I used to ask them, is this y'all rule or God's rule? Or this is our tradition. Exactly. And doesn't it talk about man-made traditions, following man-made traditions over God's law? Y'all be tricking people into thinking that y'all man-made traditions is God's laws. And that's not the truth. But see, I can read for myself. I don't need you to tell me what it say. Because I can read right here, and this ain't what that say. Y'all need to quit reading them 1,000 days, because y'all don't even understand what it say. And then y'all confusing the people. A Good Friday dinner, a teacher and I chatted, and she said, where is the story of Jesus and his youth? Come on, girl. And you sent her to it. And you answer, and you answer her questions. You can take her right to the infancy of Jesus, honey, and answer her questions. You said she ain't got to wonder what happened to Jesus from 0 to 11. She can know. You said what now? You said what? That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. We learn to teach others. We don't learn to get information and try to make it like people need to come to us. We encourage them to go get the information for themselves. Ooh. Yes, you said I was proud to God her. Come on now. Come on. You said what? It's called The Lost Books of the Bible by William Hone. Where is the story of Jesus? You can read it online at sacredtext.com right now. But y'all got to start using y'all manners, please. Can you please tell me where the book is and not where is it? I don't know what the internet has done to people in manners, but when you going to ask somebody for some information, you don't say, tell me where the street is. You say, can you please tell me? And I'm not being mean, but sometimes it comes off as rude because I can't hear your tone of voice over there. So I need y'all to use y'all manners, please. How much are both books together? I don't know. You're going to have to do your research for that. I don't know, y'all. I don't know all of it. It depends on where you at and all of that. That stuff y'all can find out for yourself. Now, the 2 yellow books I'm reading, they $48. But if you want all the other ones, I don't know. That's something you can find out for yourself. This is where you go. Sacred Text. And you click the Apocrypha right there. So you're going to go to sacredtext.com. Click the Apocrypha. Sacred Text. The Apocrypha. And then you just click this. And can you see that? The book of Adam and Eve, the first book of Adam and Eve, all of those books, and y'all Bible don't have that. And then you click this right here. If you want to read it online, the Lost Books of the Bible. And then this one. Come on. You click this Lost Books of the Bible, and there it is right there. See this? The first gospel of the infancy of Jesus Christ, and Thomas's gospel of the infancy of Jesus Christ. So if you ever wanted to know what happened in between his birth and when we really start hearing about it, there's the stories right there. Yep. So I love you. I'm about to go. Good job. Yep. I love y'all.